How does empathy help in building trust and rapport? Today we are going to talk about empathy, which is one of my favorite subjects to talk about, particularly when it comes to helping my clients in relationship and also in professional setting. How to cultivate and optimize empathy in order to achieve what you want to achieve in life. So let's start with what is empathy and why is it important in effective communication. Empathy is the ability to understand another person's experiences on an emotional and intellectual level. And believe it or not, there are 3 types of empathy. It is emotional empathy, cognitive empathy, and compassion empathy. When it comes to cognitive empathy, it is the ability to understand another person's thoughts and perspective. And when it comes to emotional empathy, it is the ability to understand another person's feeling, what they feel. And compassion empathy is taking the action to help others based on your understanding of their feelings. And with this last one, it's almost impossible to do if you don't possess the cognitive and the emotional empathy. And empathy is the core to effective communication. It helps to build relationship, build trust, reduce conflicts, and in order for it to build relationship, it creates that deeper connections in both personal and professional settings. And how exactly does it do this? Well, let's take an in-depth look for each one. How does empathy help in building trust and rapport? Empathy helps in building trust and rapport due to the fact that it involves genuine understanding and valuing another person's feelings and experiences. When you feel understood and valued, would you be more likely to trust the person who is showing you empathy? I think it's fair for me to say that it would for any of us. This creates a foundation for a strong relationship, whether it is in your personal or professional life. Imagine if you are a manager showing empathy to your employees by taking the time to talk to them, to understand your employees' personal struggles and offer support. When this happens, they are more likely to feel loyal to you and more committed to their job. Empathy reduces misunderstanding. Empathy allows for a deeper understanding of another person's perspective. When you can understand someone's perspective, it reduces the likelihood of miscommunication. And by acknowledging and validating someone's feelings and experiences, you can address their concerns more effectively, thus minimizing conflicts that arise from misunderstanding. Imagine you are planning a vacation with your partner. You have always wanted to visit the mountains. That is your place. But your partner, on the other hand, prefers the beach. And when you suggest the mountain, your partner seems upset and withdrawn. So instead of arguing or dismissing your partner's feelings, take the time to understand their perspective. With statements like, "I've noticed you seem upset when I mentioned the mountains." This will open up opportunities for your partner to share his thoughts and feelings. And it could be that he had been feeling stressed at work and was looking forward to a relaxing time at the beach instead of climbing mountains, which can feel more like work than a vacation for a lot of people. And how is empathy enhanced problem solving? Empathy enhances problem solving by fostering a collaborative environment. When you both understand and respect each other's perspectives and emotions, you are more likely to work together effectively to find a solution that benefits the both of you. Imagine you and your partner are facing financial difficulties. You want to cut back on expenses by canceling your subscription services, while your partner prefers finding additional income sources to maintain your current lifestyle. And instead of dismissing each other's approaches, you both listen and understand the underlying concerns and work towards a balanced solutions. Because chances are, most of us, we tend to go into a situation believing that we have the best solutions and oftentimes dismiss what the other person has to say. So in order to have empathy, it's important to recognize where you're coming from and understanding the other person's point of view and emotion as well. And this is where you can use the I statements along with the skills discussed in the previous video on active listening and the one before that on effective communications to put this into practice. I have also included an example dialogue in the descriptions for this example if you would like to use it as a template to follow for this and any other situation. Empathy also promotes emotional intelligence. Empathy is actually a core component in emotional intelligence, or EI, you may have heard of that, or emotional IQ, or QI, because it involves recognizing and managing your own emotions as well as understanding the emotions of others. When you can recognize and understand your own emotions as well as the emotions of others, you are more likely to respond empathetically, appropriately, to various situations. This ability helps enhance personal and professional relationships, foster trust, and facilitate effective communication. Again, imagine you are a project manager and you notice one of your team members, let's say Alex, has been visibly upset since his project proposal was rejected by the senior management. You understand the importance of addressing these issues to maintain team morale and the project success. So here is what you can say and do to hit all three types of empathy. Alex, I noticed you have been upset since the proposal meeting. I can see that you are very disappointed about the rejections. It is understandable why you might feel this way, especially after the hard work that you put into it. Can you help me understand more about what aspect of the feedback was most frustrating for you? This will open up opportunity for your employee, your team to share his or her thoughts and feelings. And then what you can do is offers support. Let's work together to address the feedback and improve the proposal. How about we set up a meeting next week to discuss the potential revisions, and then we can resubmit it. So as you can see, you hit the cognitive empathy in terms of understanding the issues at hand, the emotional empathy, and then the compassionate empathy when you offer that support. And lastly is, how does empathy improve active listening? Empathy enhances active listening because in order to put yourself in someone else's shoes, you must fully engage and understand the speaker's message and experience. You know that whole saying, walk a mile in someone's shoes to really know what it's like? So this involves listening without judgment. I know we discussed this last time. Paraphrasing to confirm your understanding and reflecting the speaker's emotions to show empathy. So again, imagine that your partner comes home from work visibly upset and starts venting about a difficult day. They feel unappreciated by their boss and are frustrated with a project that isn't going well. As an empathetic partner, you would give your partner your undivided attention. You listen without judgments. Paraphrasing, an example would be, so what I'm hearing is you are feeling unappreciated at work and the project's issues are really stressing you out. And then reflecting the emotions with, it sounds like you are really frustrated and feeling undervalued. And I can see how that would be incredibly tough to deal with, especially when you're putting in so much effort. And as you can see, there you hit the emotions, the cognitive empathy as well. And as usual, you are not going to acquire this skill overnight. Not just you, me too. None of us can actually acquire anything overnight. And so when I bring this up and I talk about it, it seems really easy. Something I really want to put an emphasis on. I want you to know that it is simple. It's not easy. I may make it look easy because I have had over a decade of practicing this and doing it. So for you, it is important to practice this on a daily basis because none of us, I can assure you this, we're definitely not going to remember these skills in the heat of the moment. So it's important for you to practice because empathy is the vital skill in effective communication and building strong relationships. To enhance your empathy, practice active listening, acknowledging others' feelings, and responding with compassion on a daily basis to build that muscle. And when you take the time to practice, you will develop muscle memory for those difficult situations when they arise. You know, when you learn how to ride a bicycle, and even though you don't ride it for decades, but when you get back on it, there's that muscle memory. You may fumble a little bit in the beginning, but there's that muscle memory will kick in and you are just on your bike as good old days. And so we need to practice on a constant basis in order to build that muscle memory for these skills as well. So that being said, try to put this into practice, and practice on a daily basis. That being said, be kind to yourself and others, and remember to like and subscribe for more, and hit that share button to spread some love and knowledge so that we can build a better world together. Let's grow together.